What's up everyone, Clemens back again with the military hacks, and I have a very concerning topic that has caught my eye. It seems that every branch is struggling to find people to recruit. Not because everybody is not ready to go out in the wilderness and eat tree bark for fiber. It's because most of the applicants do not qualify or are not eligible. According to an article by American Military University, the Pentagon cited that 71% of young people are ineligible to join due to obesity, no high school diploma, or criminal record. Darn, just when you thought Boys in the Hood was a story to live your life by, the government comes and shatters your dreams. To dig even deeper, of the 29% of the Generation Z that are eligible to join, only 12.5%, the lowest in decades, show any interest in the military. So what does that mean for you besides smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm? I'm glad you asked. That means branches are willing to do anything to warrant your attention, and I mean anything.
Man, I got these cheeseburgers, man.
Well, maybe not anything, but you get where I'm going with this. And for the ones who are considering the military, these steps will ensure that you can make rank faster than most. So to give a little backstory, I've been in the military for 9 years. I made E6 in 4.5 years, and it was mostly for E4 and E5 off advancement rate. Even though I did well on the test, it didn't really matter because the advancement rates were 100%. Now when E6 came around, the cycle before I took it, the advancement rate was 6%. At this point, I knew I would have to do something extraordinary in order to make it on my first time up because I was so junior. Of all the branches, the Army and the Navy make rank the fastest based off of timeline. Hey, I don't make the rules here. I just read them off the internet. But as the recruit begins to progress through the timeline, I have noticed that the Navy appears, in my opinion, to progress a lot faster. And this is due to there being less requirements from E4 to E6, where the Navy only requires evals and advancement tests, while the Army has a little more requirements, and all of those requirements will be in the description so you can get more in-depth detail. Now with these steps that I'm going to give you in this video, I feel like you'll be able to progress along the Navy timeline a lot faster than most. So things that are in your control are your evaluation, which is an eval, which is periodic and is given based off your rank, E4, E5, and E6. In the description, it will give you in-depth information as to how these periodic evals are rated and when they come out. So how can you get a leg up on the evaluation process? I'm glad you asked. So things to consider for getting a good eval. So I think the most important part is, have you seen an eval? An eval will give you a step-by-step blueprint on how to be successful in the Navy. So the next consideration is, are you on track or fully qualified in your rate? So having qualifications will help you stand out from your peers. Some of your peers may be lagging behind or not on track, but if you are on track or ahead of them, then you will look better in the evaluation process. The next one I feel like is important is, do you have a warfare pen or pen? Once you are eligible to pursue a warfare pen, go ahead and knock it out as fast as possible. Don't stress yourself out. Pace yourself, but knock it out as fast as possible so you can deem yourself as an exceptional sailor if you are E3 or E4. The next thing is, do you have a collateral duty? Now, collateral duty can mean repair parts petty officer or RPPO, training petty officer, or career counselor. Get something small if you're E3 or E4 because it's going to set yourself aside from your peers. And lastly, are you a part of an association or a mess? If you're a first class or E6, are you a part of the First Class Petty Officer Association? If you're a second class or E5, are you a part of the Second Class of Petty Officer Association? And if you are E3 or E4, have you considered being a part of the Coalition for Sailors Against Destructive Decisions, or CSAD? And the most important thing, you want to be a part of these organizations, but you also want to hold a cabinet. You can be vice president, you can be president, you can be master of arms, PAO, and so on and so forth. But hold a position because that will be an eval bullet. So you want to ensure your evals are MP or better. With the new implementation of the reporting seniors cumulative average, the focus is more so about keeping your individual trade average above the RISCA as opposed to what it was before. So what the hell does that mean? I'm glad you asked. So all that means is, when you get an eval, you want to ensure that your individual trade average or block 40 is above the reporting seniors cumulative average.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Still confused? There will be a video and a link in the description that give you more in-depth information about what exactly this means. Now, this really doesn't matter until you make E5 or E6, because that's when it really gets competitive, and it's important that you set yourself above the pack by getting above the RISCA or reporting senior cumulative average. So the next thing you can't control is doing well on the advancement exam. So what you want to do is download the Navy Cool app to get your topics and subtopics for your specific rate. So the good thing about having this is every rate comes with what's called bibliography that gives you references to study. But with the topics and subtopics, the subtopics will further break down the bibliography so you can better be able to study well. Another thing you want to do is look up past advancement rates, advancement cycles, so you can notice a trend. Depending on when you take the exam, whether it be March or September, will factor in whether or not the final multiple may be higher or lower, and that can make or break your chances for making the next rank. My suggestion would be to download the FMS calculator in the App Store so you can better be able to have a reference to see the past cycles and how people fared based on the final multiple score of each exam. Lastly, observe your peers on your ship and other ships within your rate so you can get a broad generalization of how the Navy is actually studying by taking this small sample group. Making rank at a rapid pace is all depending on how bad you want it. It may not be the easiest road, it may be stressful, but I guarantee that you will love every moment of the ride when you're making E5 and E6 within 5 years or less. I know you have what it takes to get it done, and you will get it done as long as you believe. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure you drop them in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your progress, and stay tuned for some more military hacks.